Alrighty, AliExpress time, everybody. um, as you know, I've been recording on this Brio. I've been trying to get things set up out here, so I'm halfway there. The Brio is working better. I've got that i5 6th gen set up with 32 gig of RAM and a Quadro in it, so I can at least record like this at 30 FPS and 4K, and it's so. Last time was at 30 megabit bit rate. This time I'm doing 60 megabits, so hopefully the quality's a bit better, but we'll see. There's still issues around this lag. I don't know if you can see it, but I can. And I also can't record at 50 or 60 FPS. I prefer 50 FPS so there's no shutter roll, and I prefer no lag. That would be ideal, but that's inherent to how these work. So I thought I'd go on an AliExpress bender, and I spent about 2 hours looking at every camera option there was on AliExpress and its specs and its price. And as I've touched on before, I'm a cheap ass. So I didn't want to spend money, but I did want a good camera. And I know those things are kind of mutually exclusive. Shit, I can't even talk. Hang on, I need this beer in me so I can talk again. So you've got that traditional Venn diagram I might insert here, where you can have quality, cost, or reliability, like speed, performance, and cost. Like pick any two. It can be fast and reliable, but it's going to cost a lot. Or it can not cost much. It can be really reliable, but it's going to be really slow. I went somewhere on this Venn diagram and spent $55 on a 4K 48 megapixel autofocusing camera that apparently is the duck's nuts. Now, I looked at heaps of 4K cameras, and I had a couple of requirements, like I had to do 4K out, preferably 4K out over HDMI, but it had to have HDMI out. And then there was a lot of other functionality around that, like autofocus and whatnot, that I was 50-50 on. I would have preferred a removable lens, but in the end, for 50 bucks, this is what I got. 55 bucks, free shipping, and I thought, you know what? If it's no good, maybe I'll leave adverts turned on in this video. And I don't know what that sound is, but it sounds like my air filter. No, it sounds like a sound that Opera GX makes. Really weird. That's a hefty little manual that it comes with in every language, so that's impressive. Yeah, might leave ads turned on, and then this might make some ad revenue. Now, there's a little lens cloth in the box, unprotected. Something really good to know, or really important to remember, when you buy shit from AliExpress, because that's usually what it is. Don't get me wrong, I've bought some absolute winners from AliExpress over the years, things I still use today, but sometimes the listings get changed. So you might buy something that's advertised as 48 megapixels, you receive it as 20 or 10 megapixels, you go back to the listing and it says 20 or 10 now because someone else has been duped. So take a screenshot or print it to PDF, because AliExpress actually has a really, really good return system. Everything I've ever bought that's not legit, the return system is sorting out. Some they just give you your money back straight away and let you keep it. Some they ask you to send it back. Some of it's instant and determined by the AI. Some of it gives the vendor an opportunity to respond. And then in one instance, I actually sent it, so I'm in Western Australia. That's on the West Coast, of course. I sent it back to an AliExpress depot on the East Coast. They assessed it and agreed with me, like, yeah, it's not what it said it was. So save the PDF, which is what I've done with this, just in case. So we've got box, cloth, accessory, actually spelt right, camera, and manuals. Oh, it comes in this very, very horrible feeling bag. I mean, this is, I think, a third of the cost of what did the Brio cost me? That was about 300 bucks, 250, 300 bucks. So, oh my God, this is plastic. Yeah, so that doesn't actually spin like some do. It's just buttons. Very plasticky. Okay, that doesn't spin. That's just a button. That doesn't spin. That's just a button. Looks like the hot shoe actually has a contact, so that might do something. I don't know what that ring... Oh, no, you can actually remove this 52mm UV filter, so that's cool. So you got the sensor straight of that. As you can see, it's nothing like a DSLR. That is going to be one of those tiny little embedded cameras like from a Raspberry Pi or something. It's probably... So 48 megapixel. I'm not too sure what sensor that would be, but there are a few little 48 megapixel sensors out there. So we may end up even taking it apart. That flips open for like vlogging mode, but it doesn't rotate. Standard thread's handy because that's what all of this runs on. remove before use. Well, yeah, I'd hope so. Shitty little 3.7 volt, 800 milliamp hour battery. All right, you're going to need to run this plugged in all the time, I reckon. Let's get this back in there. All right. I'm not sure if I just immediately broke that. Yeah, that bit of plastic's loose. So, I don't think there's any other way that I could have removed that. So it's broken out the bat. What do we got here? HDMI, USB-C, microphone. Microphone's handy. So even if there is lag over HDMI or USB, if the mic's going into this, it should be aligned with the video, which saves me a bit of effort. A cable strap that I wouldn't use. Let's put that hot shoe filler back in. Backwards, whatever. Peel that off. Everything is AliExpress quality. I don't even want to say China quality because you can get some nice quality products out of China, but you get what you pay for. All right, got a micro HDMI or mini HDMI, whichever one that is, to normal size. We have a USB-C cable. We have a shoulder strap, and we have a lens cap that actually fits it. I don't know why it wouldn't ship with that on. All right. So, does it turn on? Yep, battery comes charged. This is one of those terrible quality screens. You know the ones that look kind of shiny? I'm not sure what they are. It's not a touch screen. So let's immediately just see if we can get rid of that rolling shutter mode. Full HD, playback, setup, language, date, power save, beep can fuck right off. There we go, set it to 50 Hertz. Wait, is that what it was? Okay, yep, rolling shutter's gone away. I don't know what that 7MHD something, I don't know, what else we got on there? Full HD, no image. Go back to these settings. Format, default. Alright, so back here, camera mode set. Auto, night, portrait, landscape, backlight, sport, party, beach. Alright, Hisense Siri. Alright, that's kind of cool. I'd probably have to turn all the lights off to see if that does anything, but whatever. Back in the menu, we'll put the mode set back to auto. Resolution. Where the fuck's my 48 megapixels? Alright, there we go. So hang on, was there more options then if we go back to mode set? Oh, God. Yeah, alright. So menu, camera, beauty face, no thanks. Shooting, single, continuous. Alright. Well, no, I'm going to want it in video mode. Alright, so playback, photo mode, video mode. And so they're doing full HD, which is 1080. I want 4K. Video movie size. Alright. 4K. Is there anything else? No. So apparently it does 4K. You can see that's starting to lag naturally. If I make it... Oh, this is struggling. What else we got? Movie size, beauty face, video, normal, motion detection, time lapse, photo, slow motion. Alright, it's got a few features there. I should learn what the back button is, but one day. Time lapse setting, exposure, white balance, sharpness, effect, ISO. Alright. That's an that's a digital zoom, not an optical zoom. And I think that is all she wrote. I think... Okay, it's got a shitty little LED flashlight. I mean, that could be handy, like, you know, if you're recording directly beneath you, I don't know. Don't know what that does, and it's got no card in it, so there's nothing to delete. So I guess the next step is we plug this in and we see what it wants to do. I'll get an SD card into it first. Doesn't even have a cover on the SD card slot. We'll see what this quality looks like. Hold please. Alright, so I'm apparently recording at 4K, and the screen is very laggy, everything's very blurry. I don't know what FPS it's going to be doing. I don't even know if the internal mic, it looks like it's got one, it's going to pick anything up. So let's stop this, plug it into the computer, and have a look at what this did. Alright, that was horrid. I'll include the little test footage here. It's 15 FPS with really bad rolling shutter. And the specs say, which I have a PDF saved of, that it can do 30 FPS 4K video. So just in case they were referring to 4K being the HDMI output resolution, we'll try that next. I've got this screen here, which if I can... it's reflective as hell. But it can do 4K, so it's going to tell us very clearly what the camera's outputting. What I'm going to need is a cable, and then I'll need another adapter. So we'll be going from little HDMI to little HDMI. So in the side of this one, and the battery's already going, it's already half flat. So no high hopes, but if you do 4K 30 over HDMI, maybe I'll use that instead, because at least it solves the lag. That is like 6 pixels. And it's got the overlay on there, which is really not what you want. Can you change that? Wow, that's... yeah. That's not awesome. Alright. I'm definitely going to return it, because that's really no use. The last thing I guess I'll try is this USB input. So if you want to hold up a tick, I'm going to plug it into the computer, and I'll see if I can get it to appear as a UVC device or something. I'll see what modes it exposes, and we'll go from there. One sec. So just quickly, when you plug it in, you do actually get this option of MSDC, which I'm guessing is for file copying, or PC camera. So I'll just check what that does. Yep, file copy mode. Yeah, little sounds coming from GNOME shell. Plug it back in. Is it just turned off now? All right, turn it back on. PC camera. All right, so let me add this in and we'll see what mode it wants to do. I've plugged it in. It shows up as 1280 by 720 at 15 FPS, which is really piss poor, but it's not giving any video output either. So what can you do? That's that. It's going to go back. It's of no use to me at 15 FPS. Probably does 30 FPS at 1080, but even that's no use to me. If you have a suggestion for a sub $100 camera, I know it's probably not likely, but I am all ears. I'd be curious if you find something. Otherwise, don't buy $50 AliExpress cameras that say they're 4K, because they're most certainly not. Cheers, guys. See you later.